How you guys doing? It's Rob from the Tech Reps. I am absolutely flattered to be here with Mr. Theo Kalomirakis. I want him to give us a brief intro, and I'm going to want to know one project that you that's just your baby, just to give the people there what you're about, because someone might know.
My babies used to be my custom theaters that I used to do for all this time, but really this has been my baby, because what stopped me from wanting to pursue more custom jobs is the fact that you have to do it all over again and again from scratch. You have to deal with the idiosyncrasies of the client, and it's a lot of time. I have projects that last 5, 6, 7 years. I want to see the result much faster. And
you know what he's talking about. You guys know.
I want to have something that can be done and out. So how do you get a custom concept and that distill it in its essentials so it actually can become something that can be reproduced in quantities? I saw myself, the custom theaters, like the equivalent of Ralph Lauren that makes one dress for Sharon Stone a year so she can wear them at the Oscars, but really sells thousands of underwear. I don't want to call my theaters underwear, but at the same time, this is the concept. Productize something that used to be a service item. And this is, to answer your question, this is my favorite thing that I've done so far.
A lot of companies out there, and I won't say names, but they'll say home theater in a box. And what you're telling me is you're branding your name with the most, the highest end products and combining them for the dealer so he doesn't have to pull his hair out, because it's a good point. I spoke to George about it before. It's in the other video where the dealer has to start exactly what you said from scratch. What screen, what gain on this, what gain on the screen, what projector, what speakers, what seats.
Reinvent the wheel every single time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what was my inspiration for this thing? A car. When you buy a car, you buy a Mercedes, you buy a Volkswagen or an Audi. You don't buy the wheels from Volkswagen and the chassis from Mercedes and the seats from Audi. Mm-hmm. You get one thing that works. Call it a theater in the box, call it a car, whatever it is. It's about consolidating all the elements that so far has been custom and make them repeatable.
But you've taken it to another level, because when I say theater in a box, they'll give you the speakers, right? They'll give you the subwoofer, and you can go up from 60, With you, look at the artwork on the wall. Look at the artists. Talk a little bit about the artists that you're bringing in to give a different experience. Not only the home theater, but the experience of art and fashion.
It's unfortunate. Theater in a box has become a very derogatory term for home theaters, and keeps people away from understanding that the theater is not about electronics. It's a combination of technology, design, and acoustics. And these are the three elements that we try to incorporate into this environment, so it covers all the needs of what we call home entertainment.
So we've covered, you do A to Z, the whole thing: theater, screen, sound, and the fashion.
Acoustics.
What if I have a dealer that says, you know what, I really love these speakers, or I'm really tied to this projector, and they have beliefs, because we all are passionate about the brands we have. Do you work with dealers and say, we'll take that brand into consideration?
I would probably get very upset when he mentions that, and I will try to find a way to make him believe that selling technology is a dead end for him. Selling his favorite speakers is an admirable thing. He loves something, but we can incorporate his favorite speakers into our own package if we make sure that the specifications meet what our package is like, if the pricing is what we believe it should be right. You have so many people, dealers, not all of them, but a lot of them, that would sell a Titan projector into a room that's like $30,000 to build. That's a overkill. We have to protect the client and protect the builder. Protect the client from getting equipment that are not really working in unison, and protect the dealer from making arbitrary decisions that could blow up on his face.
I think it's also protecting the homeowner, because they're paying money to have a certain experience.
Yes.
And with the products you're offering, with the fashion statement that happens here, I'm going to have some links down below that I want you guys to click on. I'm going to get some pictures from your website. We're going to go to, it's Rayva.com?
Rayva.com or RayvaRoundtable.com for mostly the content aspect of our theaters.
Right. and I want you guys to get a feel for a complete theater, not just putting a projector and a screen and ordering some speakers. And what Theo said is very important, is that he's taking the time and doing that for you guys, because with all the technology that's coming at you, whether it's a smart home, home automation, you guys have enough to do, and you're not offering this experience. And I drank the Kool-Aid today, guys. I mean, you sit with Theo, you come in here, and like a kid again, I'm like, you just expect to have fun, watch a movie, right?
You know something, I agree. To the dealer's defense, they never had the opportunity to be offered something that has been digested by someone like us. We've done all the mistakes that get us to this point. We learn what doesn't work and what works, but doing it again and again. So why would, as a dealer, want to try to deal with a recipe, to futz around with a recipe that may not be successful and may not be repeatable and may end up costing more to the client, or make not enough money for the dealer. So they give the dealer something that they can make money optimizing their resources, and give something to the client that they're proud of, and the client will use, knowing that it gets the best of what he can get for the price of what they buy it for.
Right. I don't want to go too long into the video. I don't like to bore you guys, but I want to ask Theo to explain two things real quick. Number one, I heard there was a Rayva plaque or a pre-done room. And the second is just touch on the artists again. What made you go to different unique artists?
I believe that having done home theaters all these years, I don't want to be dramatic, says I ran out of ideas. I just believe that after a certain point, you have to give the podium to younger voices. So I pride myself of being in a position that I can look for artists that kind of echo my philosophy and coach them to create something that is not dictated by my aesthetics. I make what they come up with fit in our rooms, but it's their creativity. So I want Rayva to be a conservatory of new ideas, seeing home theater from a new perspective, bringing new voices, thinking outside the box, and we give these artists a forum to express their art, their ideas about art. And to me, that is the most satisfying aspect of Rayva. I've met people, and I meet people every week. I interview them. Those that I see they have that potential to be something that do something that's represented in the room and make them proud, make the clients proud, then we go for it. And as you said, at the end of the project, every theater that represent the artwork of that particular artist come with a plaque that it's signed by the artist. It's a limited edition of 1 to 100. After 100 pieces, we throw it away and bring another artist to do something.
I love it. And we were also talking earlier in the training that you can have a theme, whether it's a sports team, a specific sports team. They can get the licensing. They can go down that route. I think it's important that we all have a discussion again about home theater in the home, keeping the kids home. You mentioned gaming now is a big thing.
To me, is the uncharted frontier. Just because I don't have a clue about gaming, but I know that's a big deal for a lot of people. Kids that are before college or after college, and we can leave them alone. If we leave them alone with just watching movies, we're gonna lose them. They kind of lost the importance of watching movies in a big screen. They're used to watching movies on the iPhone or iPad. But if you put them in a theater, and the environment is conducive to watching a game, to playing a game on the big screen with surround sound, it really creates such a different experience from playing a game on a little console, that I want to capture these younger people to be captive to this theater, because this is our future audience.
Absolutely. And I could see my 12-year-old daughter just coming in here with a bunch of friends and hanging out and doing homework.
They're not
just
gonna leave.
playing a game, right? I mean, it's a very nice atmosphere. It's really cool. Theo, your information, I want you to put the blog up. Let them know where they can find you.
Thank you. The blog is RayvaRoundtable.com. It is not specific about Rayva as a theater. It's Rayva as it pertains to home entertainment. News about newsworthy things that you should watch at Netflix or Amazon. We, again, curating content. There is hundreds of sites that tell you all the Hollywood movies that are there. I'm using the blog to direct people to things that you don't even know it exists, and help people find content for our theaters or for the theaters that makes them more aware of what's going on in the world of arts.
So just by that, with a blog, pointing to where the content is, it's even giving you more experience, more value. I have not heard of a theater company telling me they have a blog to say, hey, listen, this Netflix movie came out, or this is what it's.
I discover movies on Netflix. The next thing I do, I write about them and put them on the blog. And we have a stable of writers that actually focus on covering things that you don't normally hear. Who wants to write about Star Wars? Everybody does. But you have to write about things that are hidden gems that makes your life richer if you discover them. And
Look at the passion pouring out of his face.
Well, that's what we live for the things that we believe, and we live the things that makes us excited. If there's excitement in what we feel, that excitement is communicable, and we convey it to people through our art, or through our theaters, through our writing, or whatever.
I love it. I am excited to work with Theo and the rest of the guys, with Vin Bruno. I think this is we're gonna change some things, man. And I'm excited, Theo. Thank you.
I'm confident about that.
Confident.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Theo.